Park in Melbourne for the Australian Grand Prix, round 19 of the championship. The 18th round that these guys will have run so far this year, with Vietnam obviously being postponed. And it's torrential rain in qualifying. This is what we wanted yesterday, Matt.
Yeah, wow. It's a bit damp, chaps.
Just a touch. But the interesting thing, I think, will be whether or not we're going to have that for the race.
I believe an FFS would have been probably said in the in the Williams garage in particular, I feel.
Yeah, they had some good pace around there this week. Sorry, we've not got any volume. There we go. One of the Ferraris first out. Is it Asakome or is it Rosa? I don't know. Rosa has a qualifying ban. We'll do the housekeeping, shall we? Qualifying ban for Rosa. Jonathan Cox would also have had one had he been here. He's unfortunately sprained his ankle, so he's unable to attend tonight. He's actually in A&E with it. It's quite a bad one.
That could be an out for the rest of the season, Joey, that is.
Well, it could be, yeah. Okay, we're going to have to ride on board with Asakome because for some reason Codemasters think he's still in the pits in broadcast view. He is out there. We've got an Alpha out as well, which is Tichy.
Yeah.
There we go, we're back onto broadcast camera. Tichy, the first man to head out onto the circuit.
There we go, we're all good.
Yeah, so back on with the housekeeping then. Rosa with the qualifying ban, so I doubt we'll see him out on track in this session, especially if it's a dry race. There's no point going out and trialling a dry setup in these conditions. Jonathan Cox is absent, so we have Wing It deputising for him in the Renault.
The first time, I think, this season.
Yeah. We've got Jay Prentice in the McLaren, substituting for the Wizard, who is still battling with being able to actually get online, never mind into an F1 race. The final man who's not here at the moment is Thomas in the Mercedes. Now, he is available tonight. He is trying to get on. He's just having some issues with his hard drive, the external one, that is. If he is unable to get into the lobby, we have Steve waiting in the wings.
After yesterday, will be pretty ready to go, I feel.
Yeah, good result for him yesterday.
Yeah, Thomas, with what you described as a corrupted hard drive, there's a few people still running, obviously, PlayStation 4s coming to the end of their lifespan.
Yeah, it's...
If you hear anything in the background, it is the Boeing 737 flight that is taking off from the UK region this evening.
Yeah, from the corner of the room you're in. I've got one as well, down below me. It's ready to take off.
Just struggling as we get prepared to swap over to new generation.
PlayStation 5 is out. We will be moving to it gradually as we all upgrade our consoles and our hardware.
But
we've forgotten. Here, go on.
PS4 and PS5 can run together.
Yes.
And Muzza and I believe Bod has done a test with it, so don't worry, never fear.
Oh, Titch back end stepping out through turn 12.
Turn 12 is not particularly nice in the dry, let alone in the wet. So to be honest, rather you guys at the moment than yesterday, I think. Oh, and Dynastics getting a bit loose out of turn 10. Oh, this is...
Titchy very slow through the penultimate corner.
Yeah, who can keep this on the road?
Oh, he's gone at the last corner again as well. We'll take the first official time, but Asakome quickly knocks him off his perch. 35.6 for Asakome, 38.9 for Tichy, which is not his best effort, but we saw why that was through the lap.
There's one man that's going to be a little worried. That'll be Dan with...
Well, you say that. He's gone fastest through the first sector so far on this lap.
So twitchy on the power. They're having to wait for so long, especially out of turn 10 to... Yeah, getting through to 11 and 12 and the lift, and then you just see the bar if you go across, just eke its way to a full throttle just about.
Dracer, wet weather specialist, taking pole at the moment with a 34.5. His teammate Caladre in second place. I
am expecting the likes of Tracer. Arbar's not bad in the wet. Dynamo as well. Let's see how well he does. Obviously, guy that's moved to the wheel mid-season.
Yeah, Dan's up to third with his first run. Dynastics, however, is going very quickly at the moment. And Tracer's improving his time as well.
Yeah, these guys will probably keep improving. 3 or 4 laps in, they'll probably fueled it up to do about four flying laps, come in and set another wet run. I'm just going to have a look to see if we have any informaciones.
You have a look. I think you'll be on stream chat duty tonight. I've got 4 screens up at the moment as it is. Dynastics goes second, 34.7, 2/10 off Dracer.
Okay, so some vital information from Joel, who will be sitting in with Williams, Jay Prentice. Yeah, that's fair, really.
Yeah.
Light rain at the start, it is going to dry out in the second half, so it's
going
to dry out very quickly.
Oh, this would have been ideal for me yesterday. I know you're not a massive fan of the heavy rain.
The intermediate conditions I actually prefer a bit more this year.
Yeah, but how this is going at the moment would have been bang on for me, but it's always tier 2 that gets the weather. Always.
Always has been. No matter whose it's been there, no matter which night it's been, always tier 2. I don't know why. It's a very strange feeling.
So, Whitey boy then, let's jump on board with him in the Pink Panther through turn 12 and 13, then coming up a very fast chicane. There's a car in the way who may have to get out of the way for us. Traction well managed there. It's a McLaren, and it's
Timmy.
Timmy!
He should be right. It's because Dynastics has just gone. No, he hasn't. F1 Perez has just gone to 5th. Dynastics was on a cool-down lap, so it's time to push that. Ooh, Arbar, 3 tenths up through the middle. Through the first sector, he's just about to approach sector 2, he's 4 tenths up, and he's behind another McLaren, that'll be Jay Prentice. He's on a lap, so this could be interesting. Arbar is pretty low on fuel as well. As he gets
Dynamo's spun it!
Corner, turn 5. Classic.
No, he's gone at turn 9.
Sorry, that's further down, turn 9.
Yeah, no, he's got
a little bit of toe, and 34.2.
Good luck from Arbar, puts himself into second. Dan's gone quickest for 34.1. I missed that. Dynamo, who we were on board with, and well, still watching now, we lost it at turn 9. He's another wet weather specialist, so expect him to improve.
Dynastics is improving, Danny, 10th and a bit up.
Okay, let's jump on board then with our championship antagonist.
$18 points, that's all it is, Danny. 18 points.
Yeah, Andreas is still leading, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I said last week that from the data I had that Dynastics was leading, but that didn't factor in time penalties and lost positions, etc. So Dynastics still with some work to do. We've got 5 rounds to go, including this one.
anyone else? Anyone on a lap? A push lap? Particular note? Andreas is on the intermediates in the pits. Will he be the first one to go?
Potentially, let's have a look then. Yeah, no, Jorno's in the pit on the mediums as well.
Done it again, Danny.
It's still at turn 9.
Yeah, he was a tenth and a half up.
Pushing hard. Can happen.
Well, he's finding the limits of the track in these wet conditions, which obviously is important for the race that's going to come up.
So let's have a look at Wing It then. Deputising tonight for the injured Jonathan Cox.
God, Euro behind him had a massive twitch on through turn 5. That was just on his outland. Stumpy is 6 turns up. See, obviously he's really pushing.
I think Wing It's the only man at the moment really going for one.
Dynastics just reclaim pole position.
Yep, 34-0. The track's definitely drying.
Yeah, they're all coming in uphill.
Yeah, they are. If I was... What would you do if you were Wing It? Would you carry on? Or he's not going to have time, actually, is he?
Yeah, he's got loads.
Oh, yeah, I forget.
Time. Stumpy's finishing off his lap. Didn't see how he's doing in the middle sector.
Wing It up to P15. He's got himself a banker on the board. Perez then, the first man out on the intermediate tyre, and Wing It spun it behind him.
And Stumpy improves, 37.4. Let's have a look. Asakoma was up. He still is up. And he has backed out of the lap, so he's coming in. So intermediates then. Looks like a tyre of choice.
Certainly think it is. Let's keep on board with F1 Perez then. Through turns 12 and 13. Kept it in a straight line, not pushing yet, of course.
Jorno's currently finishing off his lap.
He
will be the first one on the to set time on the intermediates.
Let's jump to him then. I thought it was his teammate, but in fact, it is his teammate. They're line astern, unless Jorno's currently on a lap. We'll stay with Perez and no improvement then, it looks like.
Yeah, just the temp, it's not quite there. I think it's going to be a couple more minutes. It's going to be one of these sessions where you're going to need to be on the track at the end. Arbar, interesting enough, still out on the wets, by the way.
Well, he's made the gamble to stay on that it's not quite going to be dry. Thomas is in. Good stuff. He'll be starting from the back of the grid unless he can get a lap in quick.
Should be okay. He may get away with it.
Some traffic ahead of Perez in the shape of the other Mercedes of Jamie.
See. Oh, Tichy. Where is that, Tichy?
Turn 1.
Exit turn 2.
Someone's done a Bottas!
Someone has done the Bottas.
Jorno and Perez both through turns 12 and 13. Perez rather, keeping it very neat and tidy.
Well, I'm just seeing what I was going to do. Will he come into the pits? No, he's staying out, so he's the only one that's staying out in the wets.
Lewis has gone back out on the wets as well, which I think is a mistake because Perez is improving at the moment and that dry line is appearing. Here comes Perez then, pushing for the line. Puts himself third. The wet tyre's not the one.
No, right tyre at the right time, and it's looking like you need to be on the intermediates as the track is, as you said, drying out ever so slightly.
Yeah, there's a definite dry line appearing. Asakome then coming up to start his flying lap.
Interestingly though, Arbar has just done a personal best through sector 1.
Yeah, I think the front half of the track, so sector 1 and then the beginning of sector 2, is actually still quite wet. It's the end of sector 2 and sector 3 where it's really starting to dry out, where they've got the high speed, high performance section, where there's the ground effect of these cars and the tyres shifting the water, not just the tyre.
So Arbar is currently a temp up. Well, we'll keep an eye. Lewis has gone back in and gone back on the inters. Jay Prentice is still out there on the wets as well.
Yeah, Asakome a 10.5 up through sector 1. So let's see what he does through sector 2. Let's watch him through 12 and 13.
Final corner, here we go. I just lost so much time.
Yeah, Asakome's got himself another 10th through sector 2, but he's invalidated on the exit of 13. He should have time to go again though.
Yeah, Perez has come in.
Oh no, he's back out on another set. Jay Prentice has gone back out on wets.
Dynastics, Danny, 3 attempts up through sector 1 alone. Has got a racing point in front of him, which is Lewis.
Andreas just improved his time by a quarter of a second, but that only puts him P6. Caladre at the moment
Smidge the time, compromise through 11 and 12. Can he keep the time together? Checker flag is out, but I presume we're going to be a little bit behind as usual.
Yeah, it's normally about 20 to 30 seconds. Caladre then at the moment improving his time by about 3/10. So he's heading for that pole position spot if he keeps going.
Dynastics, mega final sector.
No longer heading for that unless Caladre can pull something worldy out of the bag.
More importantly, he can go again as well across the line. So
Caladre goes second, 33.8 for him. Dracer, he's stuck behind Stumpy. And that's compromised him massively. Stumpy in the Alfa Romeo, who is on a lap, he's entitled to be there.
Oh, no, Dan, 33.5, and that second to last corner, that's cost him.
And Dracer, despite being stuck behind, Dracer would have had pole comfortably had he not been caught behind Stumpy. He was mighty fast through.
Asakome is one to keep an eye on. Here we go, 32.9.
Right, great lap from the Italian. The prancing horse rears itself at the front of the field.
Yeah, I want to be on the track as late as possible. Let's see if Dynastics is responding, Danny. 4 attempts up.
4? Crikey, yeah, 2/10 faster than Asakome through the first sector. A 10th slower though through the middle sector, so it's all coming down to his final sector where he was mighty last time around, but Asakome was 3/10 quicker than him.
Timmy's just gone second.
Good lap from Timmy. Here comes Dynastics then. He's taken it back comfortably. 3/10 up there, all in that final sector for Dynastics.
Also chipped in as well, so the guys are managed to cross the line with about 5 seconds to go, having done 1 lap, and were able to then do a second lap. Those are the guys are massively improved on their time. So that was Dynastics, Asakome, Timmy, Dan also improved as well. So
Yeah, leaving the Houses languishing in P6 and P7, but it's Dynastics that takes pole yet again in EU2. Asakome in the Ferrari after his first podium finish last time out. Starts in second with Yorno in P3. Timmy on his second EU2 appearance, getting himself into P4 with that late charge. That's what we like to see. Dan in P5. Like we said, the two Hasses 6 and 7. Fallen and Perez P8 and 9, and Arbar rounds out the top 10. Donamo Wing It Racer in 11th, 12th and 13th. Wisey Boy 14th, Jamie 15th, Jay Prentice 16th, Stumpy 17th. Titchy, having retired, finishes P18, and it will be, I'm not sure who was 19th. Rosa 19th, and then Thomas will have to start at the back of the pack. As we already knew, rain to start us off then.
Similar intensity by the looks of things that was at the end of qualifying.
Just to reiterate how fast Dracer was at the end of that session, his Sector 2 time, which is where Dynastics was quickest, was actually 2/10 ahead of his countryman. So Sector 1 times they were about equal, and then it all came down to Sector 3 where Dracer actually lost nearly a second relative to Dynastics.
F1 Perez with yes, I presume with the thing.
Yes, naughty boy.
Caladro's also got his there as well. Quick one for the championship, obviously Dracer first, Dynastics second, about 18 points. And we've got 4 races off this one, so a lot can happen.
I certainly can.
Battle for P3 is between Arbar and Caladro, that's 1 point between them. And then Dan is currently 5th with 117, Stumpy 106, Racer 99 and Titchy 97 after his points last week. So we've got a nice little gaggle for P5. And then to stay in the top of the championship is Jamie 58, Wizard who's not racing 49, Jonathan Cox 46, Fulham 44. So realistically Jamie's trying to pull away from the rest, lower half of the midfield.
Yeah, so everybody of course starting on the intermediate tyre. It will just depend how fast this weather clears up. Track and air temperature still pretty high, so it could be quite a quick one once we get racing.
Sorry. Not quite. Haas can't quite wrap up the constructors.
No. What's the points gap?
It is 90.
90 points. Yeah, with 100 and 120, 130 available for EU2 still.
Yeah.
With the Vietnam rerun. I keep forgetting about that. I know a lot of the guys don't actually want it to happen because they don't like the track, but it will. It will. I'll make them do it. We head round to the grid then. So that Vietnam race could happen either next week or at the end of the season. We've left it up to the drivers. Obviously next week it would be the 22nd, which is very close to Christmas. A lot of guys will be spending time with family. And this year, of course, that takes even more importance than normal, given that we've all been limited to how much time we can enjoy with our significant others this year.
Safety car first lap.
So what are you going for? Alright, I'm going for Asakome, Dynastics, Dracer as my podium, in that order. Let's get ready to go racing then, in Australia. 5 lights. They go out, but we know the drill. We know the drill, everybody. Let's wait for the revs to build. Here we go then. away we go in Melbourne. It looks like a good start for Dynastics. Asakome as well. In fact, all of the leaders got away very well. Asakome covers off Yorno in third place, but it's Dynastics that leads into turn one. Dan's got ahead of Timmy into fourth place. Dracer has held position, but Caladres dropped down behind the Fallen.
Lewis and Wingit are batting this one out quite contently. Wingit runs into the back of the Red Bull. That was
that's Arbar. Arbar right down at the back of the pack. Great start from Thomas. Up 4 places, now 5. He's past Tichy. Absolutely flying the Dutchman in the Mercedes. Eyeing up a move on Donamo next. He's going to have a look into turn 5.
Yeah, let Donamo break himself. So is Jay Prentice, and now he's up to 14th.
Thomas, the man on the move at the start of the race, up 6 positions already. He's going to eye up Jay Prentice down the inside of turn 9 and takes P13.
Donamo's had an absolute stinker, Danny.
Yeah, he has.
He is currently, let's get to the right place. That's fantastic. Down 5 positions. Tom's up 7. He's already up to 13th.
Yeah. Arbar down 9, of course, with that spin on lap 1 at turn 3. Meanwhile, out front, though, Dynastics is already pulling clear of Asakome. Now, the 1 second window, of course, not as important in these conditions because the DRS is disabled in wet weather, but it could be crucial once the rain starts to subside.
Gap obviously developing outside the top 10. Wingit with that damage, just holding up Lewis. So difficult to overtake round here with DRS, let alone it's going to be without DRS and these treacherous conditions.
Yeah, Wingit losing about a sixth of his overall front wing downforce with that damage, 30% on that one side. But of course, without DRS and with the extra wing, it's even harder to throw a move. Against the wounded car.
Dynastics has cleared off this.
Oh, Wingit's gone wide. And now Lewis alongside, battling into turn 5. Gets himself ahead. This could be crucial for later in the race.
Yeah, Wiseboy got a good run, but then had nowhere to go, so couldn't go for the overtake onto the grass. Looking down the inside. Make sure we get it.
Oh, Thomas!
Inside, please.
And that could be damage for the Mercedes. Indeed it is. He'll have to stop. That's big damage.
He dropped. He just dropped.
Well, he braked it too late, and then with Wiseboy going for the move down the inside of Wingit, had nowhere to go. Caught the grass, which normally you'd be able to get out of a move like that, but in these conditions,
here we go.
It's like ice.
Around the outside of Tichy. Round the outside of turn 13, we saw a couple of moves around here yesterday, and he's done it.
Yeah.
Super wave.
Great move from Donamo.
Be interesting to see who's got these wet setups on Danny. It looks like we know Dynastics is quick, but
yeah, I think he might have. I do. I think he might be dabbling and taking that gamble because Asakome is very tentative through the high-speed corners, which would imply a lower downforce setup. Oh, catches the grass there on the entry to turn 3. Big lock up there.
Thomas, Jamie, and Timmy currently running under fuel in these wet conditions.
Yeah, what I'll also say about Asakome is that his tyres are wearing a lot quicker than Dynastics as well. Bear in mind, we're only 2.5 laps in. He's already a couple of percent higher on the overall wear, which would imply he's using the suspension to get his turn in.
Interesting to see people's DRS, Dynastics managing it well. Asakome, Yorno's barely touched it. Dan's also in a good position. Timmy is, over half battery gone. Even we expect it to recharge better in these wet conditions, but
yeah, and he's struggling at the moment. But Tracer, he's pushing to try and get ahead of that McLaren. You can see the leaders pulling away.
Don't know, 3 seconds. For the inside of turn 13, so easily to do around here.
Yeah, Fallen's the first man to get into what I'm now calling the yellow range of tyre wear. And of course, with his he's battling with Caladre. I think that's the only one, but he's really putting the pressure on those tyres.
These guys obviously, we never usually have this situation, but these guys obviously qualified on these tyres, don't forget.
Well, some of them did, but I think they've all got a new set. I'm not sure on the rules for...
They have a new set available to them. I don't know if they have to then...
if someone can have a look at that for us, is it only dry tyres they have to start on the qualification set, or do wet and intermediates count as well?
2 places, sorry Danny, it's
No. I know, but as well.
Obviously recovering from one, turn 3, and he's going to go down the inside.
3.5 seconds now the gap Gymnastics has over Asakome. Light rain still coming down.
For good measure. Everyone is there's no one really massively dropping off.
No, everything seems to have stabilised, doesn't it, really? And it'll just be a case now of waiting for the rain to stop. Dynastics is pushing.
Of course, Neil will know what the rule is. Apparently you can start any wet set.
I
forgot this is the man that also did the one stop.
Yeah,
or the no stop.
Well, the no stop that I am not a happy bunny about, and that I will be putting a new rule forward. Don't think you've got away with that, Neil. I'm watching you, buddy.
He's just sitting there kicking in at this point.
He will be. He'll be wetting himself laughing.
So everyone's just, well, nothing's really happened. They're all kind of minding their own business. Timmy's falling away from the top 4. Jamie and Thomas swap positions.
Yeah, it's important that Droser can try and find a way past Timmy, if I'm honest.
Guy's struggling to get past Wingit, who's got that damage, but that means his car is now, well, pretty nifty in a straight line, would be my guess.
Yeah, it'll be his exit from corners that's going to be the problem, because he won't have the turn in. Obviously, if you've got more steering lock on, you've got more chance of the car wanting to rotate itself. So you've got to wait longer to put the power down.
Can Andrew go for a move this time, using overtake, same as Fallen?
Not quite able to make that move stick just yet. As I was saying, Dynastics pushing hard. His tyre wear has now matched and overtaken that of Asakome, who was ahead of him in the first few laps.
He's got the RS to burn with as well, so
yeah.
I'm pretty sure he'll be fine.
Yeah, I think he will as well, but he's pulled out nearly just over a second in the last lap and a half.
Trace has fallen back, and it doesn't really surprise me from my experience yesterday. It's so difficult to follow cars around here, especially like on the hard time. But, couldn't imagine what it's like on the intermediate. Dynamo goes down the inside.
And Caladre tried to move around the outside of the Fallen.
Oh no, he's held it. He's still alive, just about.
Still alive here.
He's still alive here.
Caladre tried to move on the Fallen, but couldn't make it stick. Good defending from the Frenchman in P7.
Arbor meanwhile got possible to get down the main straight and has already pulled over a second, so let's see what pace Arbor has on those tyres. 5 seconds it is now.
Yeah, really starting to push now, Dynastics. Those rear tyres in particular are really starting to feel the pain.
Caladre around the outside of Fallen just before he got to turn 12. Beautifully done. Right, let's see if Caladre can now drop that Red Bull.
He's going to need to. He's got 4.7 seconds to catch up to his teammate. And he could do with not dragging Fallen, Perez and Racer along with him.
Down the inside of turn 13. They give each other the space, these two. Raced a long time together.
Yeah. Racer, of course, competing in his final few races. It's already been, well, not confirmed, but it's pretty much confirmed that he'll be dropping down to EU3 next season, having moved to the wheel. He's not got the pace he used to have, but it's also potentially his last few races in COS for a long time, going on deployment with the army.
Oh, beautiful pirouette stumping.
Yeah. Oh, we've got... That's Donamo losing it out of turn 2. And that could be damage for him.
Time. He did that before as well.
Yeah,
Lewis,
I think...
one of the front runners, picked up 3 seconds.
Yeah, and then Wisey Boy goes through past his teammate as a result.
Donamo all good, but those tyres will be, what's the word, slightly warm.
Yeah. Dracer all over again at the back of Timmy. Unable to find a way through though. Dynastic's rear tyres will now be struggling a lot. They're into the... We're expecting to see some loss in tyre performance about now territory. Those of you who play the game will know that's the message you get from Jeff. And it normally happens at around 40%, so he's there.
Joel suggesting what apparently it's going to be mediums when these guys eventually get to the dry conditions, so
yeah,
shouldn't be too far away.
No, the soft tyre is capable at a decent racing speed between 10 and 12 laps depending on when you put it on. Mediums probably about 15, do you think?
Yeah, these guys are going to have fresh sets, so it's not going to matter. That's,
yeah, I think about 15 laps on the medium tyre.
And lighter fuel load as well.
And then the hard tyre will go pretty much the whole race distance, but
it can go the whole race distance.
Yeah.
Much. By a few stoppages. Rage Snipe somehow did that yesterday. I asked him how were the tyres? Dead. Didn't give me a percentage, he just said dead.
Yeah.
Just trying to get some information for tonight, but he just went, nah. Not even worth it.
Fair play. Doesn't want to give you the psychological advantage. So, let's see, can Dracer make that move on Timmy? Not quite close enough, but it's the closest he's been for a while. Perez is now past Fallen.
Again, outside of turn 12 again. Very interesting move. Fallen's just happy to sit behind him with more ERS, which is unusual. I believe it's stopped raining. There's no more rain.
No, well, according to TAS anyway, we still have light rain conditions.
Board with the AlphaTauri, and there is no spots of rain, so
won't be far away. It might just be.
Joe, there it is.
Will start to appear.
About to say Timmy. Yeah, Timmy is he can't keep up with these guys in front. He's underfueled and ERS is the lowest out of every single driver. First one to come into the pits and try it is going to be Thomas.
Well, he's got that wing damage, so he might as well. Sorry, everybody. Let me swap back to the tyres. I forgot I had it on position change. Yep, Thomas has gone for mediums. So let's jump on board with him and see how those tyres go. I have a feeling it's going to be quite a bit too early.
Has dropped it.
On the exit of turn 2, Stumpy will go past him.
And that time it is major front wing damage.
Yeah, Thomas is sliding a lot on those mediums. Needs to be careful. We'll keep an eye on the Delta. Once he gets himself past the, I presume, wounded Donamo. Yeah, heavy damage on the front wing of that car.
Oh, it's not ready. No. That thing is, he's not even flat out through 5
No, Dan's in the pits. Dan's going for it.
He's going to go for it. I just think it's early though.
To be fair, he's almost in the position of Red Bull normally, isn't he? In real F1, like, you might as well try it. You might as well go for that gamble. If he pulls it off a lap, yeah, Jay Prentice as well going for it. If you pull it off at the right time, you get a lap advantage over everybody else. And he's got some nice clear air, so We'll see what he can do.
Just got to tiptoe your way, just to start off with. He's already gone off, Danny.
Yeah.
I just think it's a lap or two too early at the moment.
Yeah, I think we might be a little way off that yet as well. We've still got, well, according to TAS, we've still got rain falling on the circuit somewhere. And then the McLaren of Timmy is proving a very difficult challenge for Dreiser in his house.
Right, I'm just going to keep an eye on Tom. I want to see what Thomas does for his first proper attacking lap.
So Dynastics is carried on. Asikome, however, is in. The man from second place comes into the pits. Konamo retires in the pits. Yorno continues. Timmy and Dreiser continue. Now, Asikome is the one I really want to keep an eye on here.
Just think, yeah, it's not. He's 2.2 seconds down.
It's too early. Asikome might have a little bit more luck if he can keep the heat in those tyres, but I don't think he will. I think he's gone maybe a lap or two too early as well.
That's very strange. What's that?
Oh, Asikome, big lock up into turn 3.
He's gone straight on, hasn't he?
Pretty much, yeah. Just managed to keep it out of the gravel. And if Dynastics was thinking about there being a threat to his lead, that has now gone. And we've had a multi-2-1 at Haas.
Yeah, well, I saw that. I don't know. I don't know if Andresen made a mistake or not. Oh, Stumpy. Jack, they've had to come together. That's a bit.
I think he must have done, because he's quite a way back and he's dropping into the clutches of Perez. I wonder if he went for a move and was a little bit ambitious with it.
So Asikome is about to get swallowed up here. First by Tichy. Then by Jamie, because he's got no traction, out of 13.
And then his teammate
Rosa. And then it's going to be Wing It. So that's 5 positions pretty much.
Oh, drifting through the final corner. Oh, new underwear, please. It's just struggling to keep it out of the wall. It's still intermediate conditions. Comfortably so. Because those guys on the mediums, they can't come back in. That then is a huge amount of time lost. Yeah, they've just got to keep going now and act as the barometer for everybody else. Unfortunately, that's 2 of the potential podium candidates and even race winners out of the game.
Yeah, bold strategy. It paid off. You look brilliant. If it doesn't work, then yeah.
You've got some issues. Timmy and Dynastics both now in puncture territory. Dynastics in particular. That left-hand rear tyre is one we need to keep an eye on.
He's been pushing hard though.
So that tyre on the right of your screens.
I can understand why he's doing it, but I wouldn't do it now. Falling is in, so he's going to be the next person that's going to try this crazy theory, and it is the mediums as well.
Yeah, you see, if it was me now, I'd be... Oh, Dynastics back end stepping out there. I'd be...
I tell you what, I think it is.
Is it time?
Well, from the images I'm seeing through Sector 3, well, Not now. It's strange. Through 12, through... I need to go on board with someone here.
I think Sector 1 and the start of Sector 2, or even the whole of Sector 2, yeah, it is. It's Sector 3 that's still wet, and there's spray coming off the tyres that...
So you're going from... Where's Dynastics now? So Dynastics, that's wet. So coming out of 12 all the way down to 13, slightly out of it, it's not kicking up that much spray. Jay Prentice has retired. That was in the pits.
Not like him. Must have something going on.
Oh, Dan's got front wing damage.
Dynastics pit window is open. So what will he do? Oh, he's gone wide at turn 1. He's gone deep. Gone very deep. Lost a lot of time there.
Yellow flags are out all over the place. Caladre's gone past Timmy. Timmy's come in. Oh, and he's going to get held up because they've served Jay Prentice's car.
Let's retire as well.
A safety car will just trigger everything. This is the problem. You almost gone past Dynastics, Danny.
Yeah, Dynastics has got a problem.
Puncture. Left rear puncture. Rear puncture.
Yeah. That's why he went wide, and that's why we can hear it rattling. I'm sorry I didn't spot that, everybody. We said to keep an eye on the left rear. That might be cursed to the commentator, but here comes Caladre and here comes Dracer. The two Hasses. Caladre goes through. Dracer will see now. It's Dynastics. He'll be. There might be a wry smile break out on that Danish face as he goes past his championship rival.
Do you know what the really interesting thing about this is? Jay Prentice came in, his car got released back onto the track, they stuck him back on inters.
Yeah, it's still wet conditions out there, and the guys who were looking after the tyres, the Yornos, Caladres, Dracers, they are now approaching the range where they'll have to stop. But crucially, they can take them another couple of laps probably. Whereas Dynastics...
Oh, Lewis has got to be so careful. Yeah, stay to the inside.
And Dan's retired in the pit lane. Another one who went early.
Problem is, because they were so slow to put these guys a lap down, the games then won't allow you to unlap yourself. So yeah, he's kind of. I think Timmy is very close as well. By the way, look at that left rear. That's disgusting.
Timmy's just come out on fresh tyres, so that's... Unless he's picked up some damage from some debris somewhere, I'm not sure.
Horrible.
Let's have a look then at Timmy. His rear tyres.
His left rear looks horrendous.
So right hand side of the screen, yeah, I think he's just running quite a lot of positive camber. If I'm honest, I think that's...
Dracer's off, Danny. Dracer's off. More drama. Dracer's off at turn 9.
Yeah, he is. What's going on with Dracer?
I think that's a puncture as well.
No, he's all good. He's good. He's just outbraked himself. But his left rear will need changing. He's now definitely in the range, as is Yorno.
So Dynastics came in, gone back
R-bar
to
puncture, left rear.
Yeah, so they're all just running out of... Oh, and someone's lost a bit of wing as well.
That's R-bar. R-bar with a lot of wing loss. That'll be through turn 12 he's lost that wing. And a puncture to boot. I need to be careful there with the racing point of Lewis. All of the left rears are going. And I think
by the way, the intermediates as the task still to be on Dynastics, already gone past Timmy as well.
Yeah,
he's the quickest guy still on track.
Yorno's coming to the pits, he's put on the mediums. Wisey Boy, Dracer, Lewis and Arbar all coming in as well.
Wisey Boy's gone to intermediates.
Yeah, Arbar for mediums, Dracer for mediums. Same for Lewis.
So my only thinking is, are these boys now on the mediums think, oh, it's close enough, and they are gonna...
Well, Dynastics has got himself back ahead. Now, if it dries out, he will have to stop again. But it just depends how much time he can gain over the likes of Dracer before that happens. We can definitely see a dry line forming, so I don't think it's too far away.
Dynastics past Wisey Boy already. The telling one for me will be the gap between 8th and 9th.
Yeah, I think you're right. If that continues to grow,
which is
we've got a Ferrari. That's
Rozaroff. Oh, he's in such a good position.
Yeah, and his tyres are good, and his wing's not damaged, so he's just dropped it. Caladre and Perez into the pits.
Yep.
Race leader then. What's he going for?
Yorno will take the race lead.
He will. For the mediums. Perez as well for the mediums.
Timmy must have had a problem because he is
DRS enabled, man.
Yeah, so Perez and Caladre managed the tyre as well and timed it right. Yorno also done well with that one as well.
Yeah, as did the guys who came in last time around. Dynastics, Wisey Boy, they're the guys who've lost out here. Tichy's gone for softs, which will make it from here if he looks after them. I'm not sure it's worth a gamble, but
Jamie's somehow still ahead of Perez.
Yeah, and he'll have this lap to try and just eke out those tyres. Jamie, to be honest, has done an absolutely brilliant job on his tyres. His highest percentage is 70, bearing in mind that Caladre, who did a really good job as well, managed to get his to 77. The fact that Jamie's at the same point when Caladre put it 10% less, that's a testament to really, really good tyre management. We should see Perez make the move though.
Do you know what the funny thing is? Dynastics is closing.
He will be through the lower speed sections, especially if he runs offline. Those inters will still work for him.
5.4 seconds by a guy that's supposed to be on the right tyre. Unbelievable.
Perez, of course, is stuck behind Jamie, so that might be a reason for that. We'll soon find out, because Jamie will pit in now, surely. Yeah.
You would think, wouldn't you?
And I would expect Dynastics to come in as well.
Yeah, so
indeed he does.
I reckon he'll go aggressive and go with a soft tyre, Phil.
From here, yeah, he should do. Just need to be careful. Pit lane's still wet, doesn't have the cars going across to clear the standing water. In he goes, and medium's on.
So he should get away with this, really. It's going to be about... He'll come out in between Fallen and Rosa, so...
Well, I'm not sure Fallen's going to get him. Yeah, Fallen's too far back. The crucial thing, though, and he won't care about winning the race or anything else, it will be that he's behind Andreas, behind Dracer.
Whoa, 3 wide! Contact, that was always going to happen. 3 wide between Jamie, Arbar and Tichy. Oh, that's so disappointing. Tichy was on probably the better tyre. Fallen's going to try and wait until a little bit later on.
Yeah, and that's just played into Dynastic's hands a little bit. That's one place back for him. Tichy fighting with Fallen all the way. No wing damage for any of those guys though, so that's positive.
I'm quite surprised.
Crucially though, now we need to see if Dracer can catch and overtake Timmy. And then try and catch up to Perez and give himself a chance at getting a podium. Fallen just clipping the wall there on the entry to turn 11.
Perez, so track is drying out all the time. Faster snaps aren't being pumped in by the people. They will have to be careful though with their ERS usage because it's not going to come back as quick as it was when it was wet.
No, definitely not. So then, let's have a look at the... Should we have a look at relative lap times between, well, Dracer pumping in the fastest lap there, and Dynastics just starting his first full lap on those tyres. Let's have a look then between Dracer and Dynastics,
Oh, how fast is that for Rosa? You love to see it.
Go on. Comparing the times then for Dracer and Dynastics last time around. Dynastics was quicker.
Yes, and he is closing up to Arbar quite quickly. However, I would say Arbar is not going to be an easy customer to.
No, and then he's got Jamie on the soft tyres ahead of him, which will be even more difficult for him to get past. And Dracer all the time closing in on Timmy.
Yeah, he will pick up the place with Lewis, Rosa and Fulham going side by side through 10-11, so Rosa up a place. Yeah, Lewis is 3 seconds. Jamie's going to try and send it down the inside, but he's going to do very well to get it stopped. Lewis with the switchback underneath. Thank you very much, you're going to have to try again.
Yeah, Perez with another fastest lap. Let's see what the guys behind can do to challenge that. As we go on board with Jamie then, so much more grip with the soft, slick tyres. DRS open. He's burnt through most of his ERS, needs to be careful.
Penalty for Timmy, so...
Here goes Jamie. Lewis defends the inside. Jamie will have to go the long way around. Oh, he's forced wide by the Racing Point. Not so sure about that one.
Denied.
Yeah. 1.5 seconds now. Dracer the gap to Timmy.
I would say top three right in the yellow dramas is pretty much settled.
Yeah, I think that's locked in now. Like you say, barring dramas.
Locked in probably for fourth.
Yeah, now that Timmy's just picked up that penalty, yes. Again, barring any dramas. After that, though, there's plenty of guys who could take that P5.
Let's have a quick look. Dynastics is currently under 8.5 seconds behind his championship rival, and still stuck behind the Red Bull for at least another lap.
And then there's the battle for P6, of course. Jamie behind Racer.
Yeah, Lewis is going to drop a few positions on penalties, which is unfortunate. Been pretty good so far tonight on that front by everyone, other than
Lewis gets wide on the exit of 2. This could be an opportunity for Jamie. He's sold him the dummy. He's down the inside. Returns the favour with the squeeze. Great drive in from Jamie. Sorry, I was going to go and put a W in there.
Meanwhile, the fastest lap has been switched again. And in P11, we're also loving the surface at the moment.
He is. Lapping well as at the same. All the same, getting himself within striking distance of points, it has to be said.
Yes, got 3 seconds. He'll be alright from behind because Fulham's on 9, so fingers crossed it'll be just a P11.
Dracer's got himself ahead of Timmy.
Yep, and you know what? I'm waiting for Dynastics to do the same, and Arbar is going to hold the middle of the road. Yep.
Arbar's got DRS as well from Lewis ahead of him, so it's going to be even harder for Dynastics to make that move. We're riding on board.
Dynastics 64%, Arbar 22%. Dracer has stolen the fastest.
But not for long. Here goes Jamie. Here goes Dynastics though. The double toe gets him the overspeed he needs to make the move on Arbar. And next up is Lewis, who's dropped well away from Jamie. 1.9 seconds already.
For a second, I thought Arbar was going to get a better run through 2. Sometimes what happens is you go deep into turn 1, compromise the exit, and the guy has then had a better run into 3. But Dynastics got the move done well, and will be looking to dispatch, hopefully, at least another place or 2.
Yeah, 7 laps for Andreas to close in on Perez. I don't think he's going to make that much of a gap up, if I'm honest. I'm I'm trying to build tension where there really isn't any. But at the moment he'll be happy, he's extending his championship lead.
Yeah, with 4 rounds to go after this.
Here goes Dynastics on Lewis, he's going to go for the outside of 13. Lewis slings it, oh, contact between them, and Lewis is in the wall.
Now, what will this do? Dynastics 3 seconds, by the way.
Yeah, it'll be a VSC if anything, because Lewis is still running. He does have wing damage though, so he'll be stopping.
Oh my word. Go on, Rosa!
Oh no, Jamie's just taking it. Unless...
No, it doesn't
oh, points! Points! Come on, Ethan! He's looking like he's going for a move on Tichy as well.
Titch. Oh, this is tier 3. Seeded 3 and 4 if I've ever seen it.
All over again, here we go! Down the inside, no, not quite there! But Tichy goes deep!
Boys,
this is
on the island.
This is fantastic! I know I should be supporting Titch here, but I don't care! Come on, Ethan! Get him!
It's just what he needs. What he needs just before he goes
Oh, much
away.
tighter line. Go on! Kill him!
Kill him. He's gonna run out of ERS. Oh, they've both run out of ERS somehow. Amazing. Perez just bumped in the new fastest lap.
Come on! Come on! Yes! Go on! Yes, he's got him! P9 for Rosa!
Now he's got to pull away. He's got to pull away somehow. No!
No!
Even further. It's alright. They've got penalties behind. It's fine. Dynastics fastest lap 24.
Oh, I don't care about that. Tichy's too far back.
He's gonna get him on pens. He's got 6 seconds worth of pens.
Yeah, but you want to do it on track, man. You've got to, for pride's sake.
Lewis's race is just unravelled, unfortunately. Right at the end, another penalty, so that's 6 seconds.
Yeah, do you know how we said Droyser was pretty much nailed on for P4?
Yes.
There's a certain Mercedes I think could challenge that if he keeps going at his current pace.
Yeah, Jamie's got to be careful though. He's really utilised his ERS. He's running fairly low, and he's pretty close to penalty as well.
Yeah, he's 1-1 in a way, but so is Drace and so is Caladre. Yorna though out front, currently on for the Golden Wizard.
And fastest lap as well last lap. He's just in the last few races we've seen this, and we've seen why he was in tier 1. Well, tier 4, then tier 1. Before he's dropped.
Yeah.
When he's had clean air.
Oh, he's had the pace, definitely. It's just
it's his ability perhaps to overtake.
It's Vettel syndrome. That's what he's got. That's Stumpy, I think.
Oh, that was weird.
Yeah. Dynastics takes fastest lap away from Yorno. Jamie though, closing in on Timmy.
Oh! 3 seconds, still alive here.
And he's dropping away from Ethan as well, so now this could be on, you know. P9 could be on for Rosa here.
Jamie will get Timmy on penalties, but would love to have a go at Dracer with about 4 to go. Lewis with the fastest lap. I saw that one coming from behind.
Yeah, 22.3 from the racing point. I don't think anybody's going to beat that.
But Tracy will be loving that. It's another point away
from Dynastics. Yeah. Jamie within DRS of Timmy now. He knows he'll get him on penalties. He just needs to play it safe. If there's a move that presents itself, go for it. If not, just hold your ground. Try and force the mistake.
There's been much shame brought upon the House of Riley after that. Still points though. Be two races in a row.
Yep, that's what we want.
just towards the end of the season, these guys that have moved to the world that had to struggle, put the laps in, stayed in the races, even though it's been described as painful at times.
Yeah. We all know that pain.
Making progress.
So I know that pain anyway. It really was painful when I made the switch, so this tier's got so much quicker since then, I can only imagine.
Looking forward to it next season. Oh yeah.
Yeah. We're going to have to sort out commentary. I don't know where we're going to go.
You'll be fine, you'll cope. You'll find someone else. You don't need me.
No! I don't want anybody else, I want you.
Well, you know, get Mitch to do it.
And Mitch has abandoned me. I feel alone.
Anyway, Jamie's going to abandon Tim in a minute, if he can get past him.
He's going to dispatch him, isn't he?
Just got a poor run out of 12, and that's the problem. He needs to get a better run out of 12, use the DRS, and then DRS as a slingshot. So then try and get back at him. Soft tyres now will be approaching the end of their performance, I feel.
Why you say that? I mean, Jamie's actually better off on his tyres than Timmy is at the moment, so Dynastics, his car sounds like it's full of nails.
Stuck behind Jamie and has brought himself into the battle here, so P6 could be on the cards.
Could be. We've got a yellow. That's turn 3.
I think it's Stumpy just no, it's not.
I think it was Arbar.
No. Arbar, Stumpy. Who knows? There was a car. Some car went off at turn 3. There you go.
Timmy locks up into turn 10.
Arbar, 3 seconds.
Yeah, I think it was Arbar, you know, who went off, because no one else has gained or lost any time.
So Arbar 6 seconds, the same as Rosa. I'm gonna utterly Dracer 3 seconds, but that should be okay. As long as
it will be. I think as long as he doesn't lose any more time.
As long as Jamie hasn't got a significant pace advantage over him.
Yeah.
Two. I'm gonna say the word surely not. I don't think Rosa can chase down 2.9 seconds in 2 laps. I think that's a bit far-fetched. You never know. Jamie
still
ran deep again though.
He's trying everything to get past, and I think this time he's going to do it. Down the inside of Timmy. Simple move in the end. And between them form an effective block on Dynastics, who's going to have to sit there for a while.
Dynastics is going to have to be so careful. Championship will still be alive after this race, so he doesn't need to worry about it.
He's going for it anyway, though.
Yeah.
And he's got through early. He'll want to make a move on Jamie before he can get outside of DRS range.
He will. He's got to then pull away from Jamie. This is the problem. So it's looking like P6 is all it's going to be for Dynastic. Meanwhile, F1 Perez has quietly gone about his business, and he's DRS of Caladro in the last lap.
Yeah, see, if you're Caladro though, you'd just let him go, wouldn't you? If he's going to go for a move, you wouldn't want to risk it on penalties. Yorno though, well clear in the lead of the race.
Dynastics, here we go. This is going to be it. He's literally overtake late, down the inside,
and he's in.
Gets it done.
And then he'll have DRS down towards turn 3 to secure his position.
So Jamie's just got to stay with him throughout the rest of the lap, and that'll be P5 for Jamie, which will be a relatively good result for him. I think
should be doable on that one. Let's jump though to our race leader, Yorno. Got himself up there in qualifying. Took advantage when Dynastics hit trouble and has never looked back. Will be a very strong performance for AlphaTauri. So here comes Yorno then to cross the line and win the Australian Grand Prix in some style. Has to be said, Caladre will come across in second place, narrowly ahead of Perez, who will drop further back on penalties. Strong week for AlphaTauri. Dracer will come home in P4. Big lock up there to the penultimate turn. Not that it will matter at this stage. Pushes for the line himself. Takes P4. And 12 valuable points. And Dynastics. Ooh, hits the wall before the start-finish line. Didn't retire, otherwise there could be a race ban coming his way. We've seen that before now. Takes P6, so 8 points for him. So Dracer gains 4 in the championship battle. That takes it to 22. Now the gap. Timmy in 7th, Arbar 8th. Rosa, he's got points!
Rosa has got points, and both the Ferraris have decided to do some spectacular crashing.
Yeah.
As
we will need to have an investigation into that one, I think, just to make sure none of that was untoward.
It was more in celebration. They've all made it, so. Just about. All 16 of them in the end.
In fact, I can see if it was, and it wasn't, because none of them have the damage registering on TAS, so they finished the race first. Dynastics, on the other hand, does have some wing damage from when he hit the wall, showing that it was during the session, but no retirement, so no harm done. Congratulations to the podium.
Jamie given driver of the day, and
it's hard to argue with.
He is hot. 9 places he made up. Which was the second most on track.
Yeah.
I would probably have to give it to the guy that won the race, Danny.
Yeah.
Pretty well judged, well, you all know.
Yeah, Yorno and Jamie both looking after their tyres extremely well. Caladre did so also. Top 3 then, Yorno, Caladre and Perez. Strong for AlphaTauri, with a nice 40 points in the bank for them. Haas as well, getting themselves 30. And their fight for the constructors, and Andreas increasing his lead to 22 points in the championship. Good result for Jamie P5. Go on.
Sorry, performance will propel them, Danny, off the bottom.
Well, who drops in there?
It will be the Ferrari.
Oh, yeah, with 3 points gained today for them. Fastest lap for Lewis in P14, so no bonus point there.
Well stolen. I approve of such behaviour.
Right
There's
then.
a word I would like to describe it, but I can't say it.
I know, because you know a gifted sub.
Yes, much monies at this time of year.
Yes, monies that none of us seem to have. So, let's get these guys in for a chat. I'm going to get the car up while you do that. And then I'm going to take a moment. Was Yorno, wasn't it? So, AlphaTauri. Yeah, and then I'm going to take a moment. You know?
Plugs.
No, not plugs. No. You can do plugs whilst I'm taking a moment.
Okay, you take a moment. Well, I find these people. And we can have a nice little chat. How lovely. Let's have a look to see if anyone else has voted for the driver of the day and disagree with the game. Couple for Rosa, couple for Caladre. So what that means in terms of the championship, Haas will extend their lead over Renault, and it's pretty much theirs to lose with 4 races to go. Which will be very good news for the Haas team this evening. And AlphaTauri's biggest point saw of the season, as it's been a struggle for them. They will move themselves up to 8th past Ferrari, who are unfortunately now bottom. And Mercedes 9th. So a lot of change. Just trying to find F1 Perez, and we will then get started. Oh, I suppose I'll do Danny's plugs while we're waiting. Perez.
I'm back.
Oh, you're back, are you? Okay, you can do the plugs.
Have you not done the plugs?
No, I'll try and find F1 Perez, and I also gave it a little rundown of the championship.
Excellent. So, if you're enjoying the show, or have enjoyed the show, make sure you hit subscribe on YouTube. Very much appreciated. You can hit like as well. And share it with your friends and family. It very much so makes a difference. If you want, you can head over to our Twitch channel. That's twitch.tv/contest of speed. That's where we will normally be streaming. Obviously tonight is a little bit different. And hit follow on there. We will be back on Twitch for the new year. We have a solution to our problems. Just need to get it going. It's been a little bit difficult to work out the logistics of said fix, but that should be sorted very soon. You can follow us on social media, so that's Twitter, Instagram. We are on there as well and post regularly, and you can keep up to date with everything Contest of Speed. If you're feeling very generous, and let's be honest, why would you not be? It's Christmas. It's time for giving, sharing. It's like a charity. That's what this is.
Yeah, purchase some stuff.
Yeah.
On the store.
Buy our stuff. Contest of Speed. Yeah, contestofspeed.live/merch. If you want to get your hands on some nice swag. There will be some exclusive Christmas merch going on. Yeah, shut up. Shut up.
You can interview them now. See you later.
Oh, you coward. Yeah, there will be some limited edition Christmas stuff going up towards the end of this week. So if you want to get your hands on that, you can do. Who are we waiting for, if anybody?
Perez, but we might as well start with these two. Oh no, Perez is here. Perez is here. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
I can't tell. Hang on.
Don't know. Do we know?
No, he's not here.
No? We'll start then with who we've got. Yeah.
Go with those.
Come on then, Caladre, P2. Talk us through the race, mate.
Well, really frustrating run. Really got the setup wrong, so cost me both in the wet and in the dry. So yeah, I think the only reason I'm up here is because I waited to pit.
Well, you waited to pit, obviously making it the right decision, but it was more because of the way you looked after the tyres. So you may have got the setup wrong for outright pace, but maybe it just helped you look after them a little bit.
Well, I am genuinely always really good on the tyres, so I don't think it has something with the setup to do.
No.
But it was a stretch. I reached the 80%, so yeah, it could have been a puncture the two last laps I did, but yeah, I could see the spray from the tires, so it was way too early to go on the dry tires. So yeah, I just wanted to stay out until I knew that either the tires would explode or it was time. And yeah, just as I went out of the pits, the DRS got enabled, so I knew I got it perfectly right.
Yeah, and then of course you had Andreas as well, acting as a weatherman. He pitted a lap earlier.
Yeah, I think he had to. He was on the same tire wear as I did when I pitted. So yeah, it would have been a gamble if he continued.
Yeah, we had, I think it was 2 drivers with punctures as well, both left rears, so it was the right call in the end from both of you. But of course, it extends your lead in the Constructors' Championship as well, over the guys behind.
Already, or I think we lead by over 100 points, so I think it's in the bag.
With 4 to go, Vietnam. 3 rounds and then Vietnam, whenever we do Vietnam.
So 104 points available.
Yeah, pretty much got it.
So next week we should be able to crown you Constructors' Champions, all being well.
Yeah, we will do our best to secure that.
But no, great job, mate. Congratulations on P2.
Thank you.
We'll see you next week. Alright then, Yorno.
Good evening.
Yo. Great job, man. Well done on the win. Just talk us through that race from your perspective.
Yeah, just starting with qualifying, I actually didn't know which setup to use, like a wet or a dry setup. I eventually went for the dry one, and it was quite hard to drive in qualifying. So I was quite happy. It was 7 seconds left in qualifying, and was quite happy with P3, I think. Yeah, and from there on on the inters in the race, just following Esky Combe, and we had the same pace, the same as Dan Robbo, and Dynastics was just checking out. Yeah, and then they pitted too early. I actually wanted to pit as well, but just asked Jeff multiple times, and he was like, "No, shouldn't stop." So stayed out, and then I saw Dynastic crash. I actually didn't know what happened, if he had wing damage or. He told me after that he had a puncture, so yeah, from then onwards it was just chilling and waiting for the tires to almost explode. When I got into the pits they were 80%, so, and Dynastics got a puncture on 70, so I guess today, yeah, I just had luck with the game, and yeah, I didn't practice at all, so actually quite surprised that I win today.
Yeah, you did a great job, mate, and Matt has taken his overarching privilege to award you driver of the day as well today for that drive. It was it was something special.
Superbly judged, I thought, from the inters to mediums.
Yeah, but like I said, I was just lucky, I think, because Dynastics had a puncture on 70%, and Kayadre and me were just driving with 80%, and yeah, I pitted a lap earlier, I think, than Kayadre, so I think if I would not get into the pits on that lap, I actually would got a puncture as well, so I think it was the right call.
Yeah, gotta take the luck, you just have to ride the luck sometimes, so, yeah.
Yeah, true.
Well done.
Yeah, but, it was a brilliant drive, mate, so congratulations. Great week for the team as well. Was it 40 points between you and Perez?
Yes, I think so. I got 25 and he got 15, so yeah, should be 40 points. Actually, I want to say something about Dynastics. He should have won. He was definitely the quickest in the wets, and I think he and Dresser were the quickest in the dry situation, so they should be up here. I think, like Kayadre said, we were just lucky to get the strategy right and yeah, just sing it out.
I think the only bit of luck today was the puncture for Dynastics, and even then that he did himself no favours with that when he was pushing very early on and did a lot of wear early on, so I think actually you guys deserve to be there as much as anybody else, so yeah, don't take it away from yourself.
True. But yeah, it's actually quite sad, because the game is just so inconsistent. Like, we could drive on 80% tires and he got a punch on 70, so just want to say that he had a great pace, as well as Dresser, especially in the dry, and Dynastics in the wet. So.
Yeah, well, that's very gracious of you in victory, but well done, mate. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
Fingers crossed we'll see you hopefully next week, but we might have to wait until the new year. Either way, we'll round off the stream there for tonight. Thank you all very much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed the show. If you have, like we said already, make sure you hit subscribe and like the video, or head over to our Twitch channel and hit follow.
And tune in for AM2 in about 2.5 hours time.
Yeah, what he said. Very good. We'll see you all again hopefully next week for Vietnam with the rerun with these guys. If not, we will see you all in the new year when we will be at Baku.
Singapore.
Is it Singapore?
Baku. It's one of the two. It's a street circuit. There you go.
It's Baku, and we will be there for EU2 on the 5th of January. Keep an eye out on Twitter for whether or not we'll be racing next week. You can keep an eye out as well. We'll be streaming in between now and then some special races. We've got possibly an exhibition race against IFR coming up.
Maybe something F2 related.
Maybe something F2 related. So thank you all again very much for watching. We'll see you soon. Have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good night.